The threat of rain increases. 15 low water crossings remain closed across central Texas from flooding earlier this year.
Take a look. This is from ATX Floods, which shows you in real time which crossings are closed. The red dots show closures in Williamson, Hays, and Bastrop counties. KXAN's Lindsay Bramson found out what crews are doing to fix these and why it's taking so long.
I think one of the problems with that bridge is that it always has water going over it, always, even when it's not a flooded creek.
And when it does flood, Heather Diker worries even more about the drivers who ignore the barricades.
I've taken the kids down there and we've kind of, checked out the bridge many times and seen tons of vehicles just going over with 4 to 5 inches of water.
This low water crossing at Brushy Creek has cracks in the foundation, and until it's fixed, officials say it's too dangerous for anyone to use. It's one of 2 low water crossings still closed in Williamson County. It was already damaged before the floods in May, and the heavy rains Memorial Weekend cracked it even more.
Due to flooding, it's one of our low water crossings that receives flooding quite frequently.
Williamson County officials say the reason it hasn't been repaired yet is they're working on figuring out a way to make it safer. A lack of funding from FEMA is the reason the other crossing near Gerald remains closed.
This is pretty dangerous. And it's getting worse with every storm event.
Last time this area flooded, officials had to close nearly 90 roads.
We follow the storm in different locations to put out the barricades and try and inform residents not to drive through this.
And this weekend, they'll be keeping a close eye on the weather once again. Lindsay Bramson, KXAN News.
There is no timeline for when the bridges in Williamson or Hays counties will be fixed. We reached out to officials in Bastrop County today, but did not hear back. And it is important to follow the signs about low water crossings because that is where you are most at risk during these storms. All 19 people who died in historic flooding this month in South Carolina were in their cars. Authorities say 12 were trapped in their cars or swept away by raging waters. The other 7 died in weather-related accidents. And in the Halloween floods here in Austin in 2013, 5 people died in the floodwaters along Onion Creek. A mother and her 8-month-old baby were swept away in their SUV. Rescue crews found their bodies hours after the storm. And according to FEMA, just 6 inches of water will reach the bottom of most passenger cars, causing loss of control and potential stalling. A foot of water will actually float many cars, and 2 feet of rushing water will carry away most vehicles, including SUVs and pickups. A shelter also just opened for those who live near the Onion Creek area. Austin officials say the Dove Springs Recreation Center on Anias Drive has opened its doors. If anyone feels unsafe in their homes, they should move to this center.
The